Like I told you guys, One Piece chapter 982 is going to be the subject of a lot of discussions, not only due to what happened, but just the reaction from the community, where people are split and divided based on just how they felt about the chapter, even in the comment section, or just fans in general. Some people absolutely loved it, some people did not like it at all, based on like certain nuances from the chapter. We're not here to really dwell on that, but just wanted to preface that with like what we're going to talk about today in regards to legends in Wano and the possibility of legends coming to Wano, because honestly, this could be one of the reasons why Oda decided for things to play out the way they did in Wano, or in general in One Piece with the Whitebeard pirates and Ace and Marco, etc. Again, we won't harp on that, but for Oda, he knows what he's doing. So in that case, like I talked about with Whitebeard and not fighting Kaido and the Odin thing, not knowing about it, let's say Whitebeard knew, right? Let's say Whitebeard knew about the Odin thing. There's a conversation to be made that Whitebeard did not want to go to war over a crewmate that was already dead, but one of the arguments that I had was that, well, if it's your former brother, your crewmate, isn't it almost your civic duty to protect his legacy and liberate the country that he wanted to liberate? Of course, he wanted to do it himself, but he failed ultimately. But maybe he told someone of the prophecy. However, for Whitebeard as a character, I love him, but there are things we have to kind of look at and question just the decisions and how things played out. Because a crew founded on family doesn't seem to care about family that much. Unless it's Ace, I mean. Other than that, fuck family. For the most part. That's a really harsh way of putting it, but you guys catch my drift. Anyway, to the topic at hand. Legends in Wano. Brago, what the hell are you talking about? Well, guys, since you wanted to know, in chapter 982, there's a certain panel, and in this panel, the same panel where Marco talks about loving Odin without actually showing it. Anyway, I'm not going to harp on that, I promise. However, in that same panel, someone says to Marco, hey, I'm surprised you got involved, Marco. This led to countless speculation, because just who the hell is this guy? First off, the most popular theory is that this guy is Izo. Well, it's not a theory. People are coming to the conclusion that, hey, I mean, Marco, what are you talking about, man? This is Izo, obviously. Who else could it be? Oda already showed him. Like, this is Izo talking to Marco. He just wants to know why he got involved. This does lead to some more things though. Let's say this is Izo. Him saying, I'm surprised you got involved. This actually tells us a lot. Why are you surprised, if you're Izo, that Marco got involved with Wano's issues? Is it because after the Blackbeard thing, Marco just said, yo, I'm done with fighting in general? Is it because of a conversation you guys had? Someone brought up the fact that maybe Whitebeard did not like Odin anymore based on Odin leaving his crew to join Rogers. So maybe that's something he banned from being talked about on his ship because he did not like how Odin did that. I think that's stupid. Like, what? Personally, I don't agree with that. Odin joined Rogers' crew, but at the end of the day, you guys really weren't on the same page. Like, Odin literally wanted to explore the world. Whitebeard wanted to maintain his status quo, and for the most part, just protect his family, protect what he had built. It was almost inevitable that they were going to separate. However, back to the topic at hand, we have to figure out exactly what Izo is talking about if this person is Izo. Now, for the argument about it not being Izo, because I think there's something there. Why would you not show Izo here, right? Like, if it is Izo, what is the point of just having it this vague where like you're showing just a glimpse of a cape or a coat? What's the point of that? So if it is Izo, maybe he got damaged in the war versus Blackbeard, and therefore Oda's hiding the scars, so there's going to be a huge reveal once we finally see Izo again. For your point, still don't think you should hide someone like that because you hinted towards it in the last chapter. I'm not sure about that one, man, but let's explore the possibilities, because sometimes it's fun to speculate, and that's exactly what we're going to do here. So let's say it's not Izo, which I think is probably the highest chance of being correct, it being Izo. That just makes the most sense, right? But let's go to another theory. Do you guys remember that cover story with that guy talking to Crocus? Yeah, I know you know that guy. That person who's been Scopper, who's been Shiki, who's been Odin. That person has been a lot of people. That same person, they're saying that guy is here. They're saying that guy is now officially in Wano. And for the most part, anyone associated with the Roger Pirates, it's not crazy to also associate them with Odin because Odin was a part of the Whitebeard Pirates and the Roger Pirates. So with this person, knowing what we know now, I think the logical conclusion we can come to, based on everything, again, is that this guy is Skopper-Gaban. Why is Skopper-Gaban? Well, Oda went out of his way to give Skopper-Gaban some more focus in the flashback, whereas Skopper-Gaban probably had more lines than really, where he was speaking for the crew in some aspects, and it seemed like he really wanted to flesh out his character. And normally when Oda does this, I expect a reintroduction at some point. So what better time than to have Skopper-Gaban come back to Wano to kind of avenge Odin? Because he was one of the people that said they would never accept him, blah, blah, blah. And of course, then they ended up loving him, right? Because Oden is a very lovable guy, jovial, just amazing to be around. In a way, like I mentioned before with the Whitebeard parts not avenging Oden and no one going to Wano for the past 2 decades, maybe Oda was saving it for this moment, whereas people that were associated with Oden, now was the perfect time for them to come together to kind of avenge his death and accomplish what he wanted to accomplish on his own. Of course, people have the message of Oden did not want help, right? He wanted to do it on his own, and you should respect a man's wishes, for sure. But I think in general, some of Wano's principles are dated. The way they operate, I think Oden, without even realizing it, fell into that Wano trap. Whereas you're trying to open the borders of Wano. Instead of using the people that you met outside of Wano to help you do that, you wanted to take care of it with the people that were homegrown, people that were from Wano. Of course, it's a man thing. It's something that you wanted to accomplish, but that shouldn't matter. The goal should be opening the borders, and it would be a lot easier if you had the Roger pirates with you and the Whitebeard pirates with you. So I think in a way, the principles and just the culture of Wano, some of them have to change. Like with Orochi and Kanjuro being persecuted because they're associated with their families, like because of their families. They didn't do anything, but because they're associated with them, they get persecuted. Ridiculous. And that pretty much caused what's going on now. So for Oda to move away from that, or have Wano move away from that entire principle of being closed off and just dated ways of doing things, you bring back people that were associated with Oda in the past, not really to right some of the wrongs, but to usher this country into a new era, which is essentially what Oden wanted. But it would be an amazing tie-in if Scopper came back. Now, there are other legends that people are throwing around as far as showing up. The other is Shanks. Hear me out, guys. I'm not sure about Shanks. First off, Apu is in Wano, all right? And I'm not sure what Shanks is doing if Apu uses his devil fruit. He can't cover both ears, guys. That may turn the community on his head, okay? But besides that, besides that point, Shanks is too strong to be in Wano. He's too powerful and he's too influential. And honestly, it would be a shit show. Like if Shanks was to come to Wano at this point, we know who would follow. More than likely Blackbeard. And if you have the Shanks and Blackbeard thing go down in Wano, the time Oda had designated for this arc, it would balloon. Because to cover the Wano thing with Big Mom, Kaido, Luffy, Kid, Law, Marco, the Scabbards, etc., then you introduce the Blackbeard and Shanks storyline, there's no way in hell that would be less than 2 more years, at least. Because there's so much you have to cover, so many things you'd have to integrate. Are they coming by themselves? Is this the end of Shanks? How many Yonkos are going to be crowned after this arc? It would be too much. It would be way too much. So, no Shanks. The other person, Shiki. Oh God. I am tired. I am literally tired of Shiki just showing up everywhere. Shiki was supposed to be at the Reverie. Shiki was supposed to be in Impel Down. Yo, every time something suspicious is going on, Shiki's supposed to be there. And I know Shiki did make an appearance in Wano, well in the flashback in the form of the old hag where at some point she touched Shiki on his face. Then think about it. Why the hell is Shiki asking Marco, hey, I'm surprised you got involved, man. We never knew them to be cordial. Even when Shiki went to Whitebeard's ship, Whitebeard said, what the hell are you doing here? You can get off my ship, brother. We not doing that. When Shiki said, yo, Roger's gone now, let's ally and take. Whitebeard said, nah fam, I'm good. So if Marco saw that, there's no way in hell he'd be that cordial with Shiki. So let's move on. The next person, Rayleigh. I don't hate this, right? I don't hate Rayleigh showing up here. There have been hints to Rayleigh's training with Luffy, and what better way for Luffy to surpass Rayleigh at this point, show that he's firmly surpassed Rayleigh in this arc, than for Rayleigh to be there witnessing it. Rayleigh, for the most part, outside of Luffy, has stayed away from everything. He hasn't really involved himself in major issues outside of, again, with Luffy, the Sabaody incident, everything there, it's factored around Luffy. Outside of that, Rayleigh's been retired, he's been gambling, doing his own thing. What exactly would be the purpose of Rayleigh coming to Wano now? Is it guilt because of Ace, Whitebeard, Oden? I mean, he cried when Whitebeard died. Honestly, other than him seeing Luffy in person do his thing, I don't see it. Because again, Rayleigh is another strong person that I'm not sure if he fits here. One thing you have to understand, outside of Kaido and Big Mom, we feel like, or for me, let me speak for myself, I feel like the Alliance got it. I feel like the Alliance can handle King, Queen, Jack, the Toby Roppo, all of them. The main issues are Kaido and Big Mom, and Rayleigh has no chance against them. Shanks is too strong, and Rayleigh right now probably at a point that I don't think he can impact the war in a way that serves the narrative. Rayleigh as a character is too large to bring in here because honestly would overshadow a lot of people, and he's strong enough and popular enough to do it. So no Rayleigh here. When I thought it couldn't get any crazier, someone threw a fucking curveball curveball at me. And they mentioned a member of the Roger Pirates not very well known, but in the recent SBS, Oda gave us names of some Roger Pirates. I'm sorry I forgot who made this comment, but they said, what if this person is Yamon? Now Yamon, he is a Roger Pirate. He's a Roger Pirate who has a spear, but he's depicted with long, light colored hair, right? Like he has long flowing hair. But while it would be weird to tie in this random character we've never heard of other than through the SBS or really haven't seen much of, it's an Oda thing to do. And I wanted to bring it up because it's such a huge curveball. I don't know, man. People even said Bon Clay, but again, this person knows Marco and they know about Marco enough to be surprised of him getting involved in this incident, which again tells me there's more to be found out about the Blackbeard situation because something happened after. Either something clicked in Marco said something, but we need more. But guys, I think we could have a situation where legends come together to avenge Wano or to avenge Odin, because honestly, based on how the alliance is set up now, they should get overwhelmed and demolished pretty easily. Like unless Oda does something crazy with Big Mom and she just is out of the story altogether and it's just all of them versus Kaido, maybe. But with Big Mom involved, and if her crew finally makes it up this fucking waterfall, no. This alliance should get demolished, dominated, fucked, royally. Sorry. But yeah, guys, give me your thoughts. People did weigh in a little bit, but just now with everything out there, who do you think it is? My money is on Skopakaba. That's who I'm thinking it is. That's who I think Oda is going to reintroduce at this point. Well, I shouldn't say my money because that's kind of crazy, because I think the most likely scenario is probably Izo. Honestly, I think just Oda being Oda, just hiding it for no apparent reason. Like with Odin, he was Silhouette for most of his goddamn appearance. But his introduction, we're like, why is he Silhouette? Is he Green Bull? Is he Dragon? Yeah, people did say that, by the way. He wasn't any of them. He was just Odin. But he was Silhouette, just cause, you know? But anyway, give me your thoughts, guys. Who do you think this person is? Who do you want it to be? Well, give me both thoughts, all right? Who do you think it is, and who do you want it to be? That'd be great. Give me your thoughts. Make sure to like the video if you did. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Follow me on Twitter at BroccoDAce. Follow me on Instagram at BroccoD.Ace. Thank you to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. I know I said it all the time, but guys, I really do. Follow me on Twitch.tv/BroccoDAce. We are there discussing, playing video games. The Last of Us 2 is almost here, and I'm really excited, so I'm going to be streaming that a lot. So pull up and join me over there. But guys, thank you again so much. Like and subscribe. I shall catch you in the next one. Peace.